Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to try to update you all on some stuff that's been going on about the current, status of the game and the community. So, to give you a rundown of what happened yesterday and what I talked about, basically, yesterday around midday, or after we woke up, it turns out that Romeo has been laid off the game, and the way that they made this known is, let me read this out. Hello everyone, I wanted to share a quick update about some team restructuring. After several discussions and careful consideration, we've made the decision to part ways with Romeo and end his involvement with the project. This decision was not made lightly. We're currently focusing on rebuilding momentum for the game's process and strengthening the team's overall structure. As Romeo is stepping away from management indefinitely, the uncertainty around long-term availability would have made the restructuring process more difficult. Our priority is to ensure the team is set up for consistency and stability moving forward. A number of changes are underway to support a more active and sustainable workflow. We do have a new staff director in mind, and we'll share more details when the time comes. I hope you welcome the team with enthusiasm. I need you to remember, this all happened. This decision that team made was while Romeo was sleeping. He was just laid off for seemingly no reason. But if you look back at this, they're saying it as Romeo stepping away from management indefinitely. This is making it look like Romeo was the one voluntarily trying to step away from the game, while this was not the case at all. The uncertainty around long-term availability would have made the restructuring process more difficult. What they're saying here is that they had to fire Romeo because they decided to go on their first big break for mental health. This guy has been trying to keep up with the community, has been trying to keep it alive ever since it got shelved. Non-stop, by the way. Non-stop. And now that they actually decide to take a break due to all the stress that they've been having around the game, they just get laid off instantly. That's pretty fucked up. Now, as a little update to the whole stuff that I was talking about in yesterday's video, currently, Fat Rat Games has removed Alco Memories from their portfolio, the Roblox games that we're proud to be a part of, which is not true at all, by the way, because as we can see, Sobi put up a statement talking about this whole situation of Fat Rat and Alco Memories. I am here to address a bit of concerns regarding recent events, starting with OM, the game apparently being sold. There has been rumors spreading that the game was sold, and my answer to that is no. No one sold the game, not Lua, not me, no one. We were told into potentially getting a license involving Sega. No, not by Sega or from them, but bring us there. But I was very skeptical and hesitant to begin this whole thing. We proceeded then to get a meeting with claimed Roblox staff, which I never understood exactly why, but I missed that meeting because I slept through the day due to my sleep schedule lacking. Bonley was the only one there in that meeting, so I was given a rundown with what had happened, and I was already getting suspicious that I was going to lose ownership some way, which isn't what I agreed to. And I kept saying I did not want to include microtransactions into Alco Memories because I'm not greedy for money, and I think it's very obvious it'll ruin the game. I don't know why they put the game up there. I didn't sign any contracts, and I'm literally a kid. I cannot legally sign any contracts whatsoever. I did not get my consent or anything to allow it. I already gave out a request for the people behind that website to take the game down from there because we are not partnered whatsoever. So basically, what they're saying is that Fat Rat, at this point, we don't even know if even Forsaken or any of these games are a part of this. But basically, what they did is that either Bonley went behind Sobi's back and signed something that they should have not, or this game studio was trying to profit off of Alco Memories in their portfolio, trying to make it seem like, hey guys, we work on this game too. Alco Memories is not sold. It doesn't have anything to do with licensing, and that's at least one good thing we got out of the situation. And now, let's read about what Sobi has been talking about the situation here. I'm done with this game. I cannot handle this anymore. I'm being told way too much of things. I'm not involved, but it gets to a point. I wanted to take a break from this game, and as soon as 2 weeks go by from that one situation, another spirals, this game is just fucking cursed. And no, it wasn't Lua who made the final call. I'm hearing too much about this whole Romeo situation, and I don't want to be involved. I'm generally so out of the fucking loop. So, Sobi, the owner and creator and founder of Echo Memories, has told us it was not Lua guy who made the final call. It was not Lua guy who decided to fire Romeo, even though they put up the statement talking about his laying off. But what does this mean? Is Sobi saying that somebody either like below the owner's power? Not to mention, hold on, the Echo Memories news account has been talking about how Sobi has shared that Lua guy was not the person who made the phone call for Romeo's firing, etc. And then Romeo says, "You've got to be kidding me." Dude, if my firing was actually finalized by higher up over very past in-dev issues that I've already resolved in activity communication, I'm gonna have to leave this platform before I explode, dude. Now I'm furious again, man. Yeah, no, I'm talking to everyone on the team and they don't even know who finalized my firing. I was literally targeted. That's insane. After all that done, alright then, you win. So, a rundown. Lua guy was not the one who fired Romeo, but the one who made the statement about it. So this means that within this dev team, there was somebody who either had a grudge against Romeo or just wanted them gone. And without telling anybody except from seems Lua guy, they decided to fire off Romeo because they wanted a big mental break without announcing. Okay, so in Sharky Leo's video, he puts up a screenshot with talking with a tester friend of theirs, and they say this. So they fired him without saying anything. What? Nothing was told to us. All the info we get in the tester server is the same time as the community. Because what do you know? Communication! And now, they fired the only person who was willing to listen to the testers, and literally the guy is saving all memories. Look, bro, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm a little delusional with this little thing I'm suspicious about, but this happened right after Lua got promoted. Nobody's learning anything. We are going backwards. No explanation, no communication. 90% of the team doesn't even know what happened to get here. It just happened so fast. So this means that 90% of the team didn't even know about this firing. This was done against a direct attack to Romeo himself. And what is this supposed to mean? So this means that either the owner role in the Echo Memory server is either just a cosmetic role and it does not mean anything. It is just a title. Because what do you mean? Someone that is not the owner decides to go out of the way and remove an important person of the community just because of a grudge. And somebody below the owner role, below the owner title, below what is supposed to be the owner power, just fire somebody as if they were the manager. How stupid does that sound? Like, as Snuffy is talking about it here, you know, if the owners didn't have the final say in the Romeo being booted, who did? So what does this mean for the game? I feel like it's pretty safe to say the game is kind of cancelled right now. I never want to be pessimistic about this. I've never wanted to be. But I don't find a way for them to come back from this. I don't know how they're gonna come back from this, but I do not see it very easy for them. What I'm glad of is that they actually weren't actually selling the game, so I feel like that's good. But the final question is, who fired Romeo? If it wasn't either Sobi or Lua guy, who else has the power to fire Romeo? You know, because last time I heard, it was only the owners who were able to fire people, to fire managers at that. So what does this mean? Does it mean that somebody else within the game has even more power than an owner so that they can fire anybody who they want off? What type of managing do we have here? What is going on inside this dev team? Fucking vague post king over here, because what the hell is going on anymore? I just hope all of this clears itself up soon, because this is not looking good for Echo Memories. Just see you guys later. Bye.